Hey guys, it's Ryan at Doyle's Automotive Service. I have a customer's 2007 Ford Fusion in my shop today. It was towed in, it came in on the hook last night. The customer says they were driving down the road and it just started bucking and shut off on them. They don't know what happened. They're panicking. I took a look at it this morning already. It's starting to get a little interesting, so I stopped where I'm at. I called the customer, got some additional diagnostic time, and this is where we're at right now. So what's going on is got plenty of fuel pressure, so that's fantastic. Checked the ignition coil. We checked it for its constant power. None of the ignition coils were getting any power. Should be a constant power with the key on, and there was nothing there. So we checked the fuse for that circuit and the fuse was blown. Before putting another fuse in there, we went ahead and put a circuit breaker in line with an amp clamp, and we found that there was about 20 amps on a 15 amp circuit. So there's clearly an issue there. We found, looking a little further into it, we found that there were two ignition coils that had constant ground to them. So those two ignition coils were constantly on. So we found our problem, and now we just gotta figure out what's causing that. Now this is where I stopped the video. So what I'm gonna do is I'm first just gonna show you what exactly is going on right now and where we're at. And then I'm going to gain access to the PCM, and I gotta remove some things to get there. And once I get that PCM more available and we can see it, I'm gonna jump back on the video and show you guys what's going on, and we'll diagnose this together and we'll get to the bottom of it. We'll just start by showing you what the problem is and then go from there. You see we got a NOID light into our coil plug, and we're just going to go ahead in the vehicle here and turn the key on. Key's on. Clearly we have an issue here. This NOID light should not be lit up. So that's what we're going to diagnose. We're going to figure it out together, guys. So I'll jump back on. Hold on. All right, guys, here we are. We got the battery out and battery tray is out, and we have access to the PCM. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take our meter and we're setting it on ohms. And we wanna see if there's a path to ground from the coil driver wire when we're back probing right at the coil plug, or front probing actually with a front probe pin. So let's see what we got here. We're just gonna hook our negative lead or black lead here to our ground. And we're gonna front probe a good one first, just to get a good idea of what's going on. This thing keeps shutting on and off on us, beeping. I'm just gonna screen this. Okay. And it's open, meaning that this good coil plug that we have here is open. It's got no path to ground at this time, so that's a good circuit right now, as far as we know. I mean, we can voltage drop it and go a little further, but we don't need to go further at this time. We know that that's good at this time. Let's go to our bad cylinder, and same thing, we're gonna front probe that coil driver wire. And it looks like we do have a path to ground. So that is certainly a problem, and we know that's an issue there. So at that point, I'm going to reach back here, and while still front probing this, I'm going to unplug the PCM. And there's our problem. So without going into further tests, you can voltage drop those wires and go a little crazier, but at this point, there's really no need to do that. We see our problem. The problem is the PCM. Whether the PCM's got a bad MOSFET or coil driver, I don't know. That's not my specialty. This vehicle's going to get a new PCM. We're going to reprogram it with a pass-through device. If you guys want to see that video, just comment and let me know. I can show you how to do that with the pass-through device. And it's pretty simple, relatively easy, especially on a Ford. So that's really it. That's the end of our diagnosis here. Let me just plug this back in so you guys can see it again. And there's our path to ground. Unplug. Plug back in. See if I can show you guys what's going on here. So there's our meter, our PCM here, and this is the plug. And we're gonna go ahead, and that's there we go. Unplug this guy, and our meter drops right down. And again, we're front probing that coil plug there. Plug it back in, and there it is. You could absolutely go further with this. You could go ahead and voltage drop the wires from there to there, but honestly, like I said, at this point there is no reason to. You identified the problem, your diagnosis is over, you can call the customer, sell the job and complete the repair. Like I said, there is no reason to go any further on this relatively simple, straightforward diagnosis. If you guys want to see more videos like this, let me know. Give me a message down there and give it a like. Thanks for watching. Have a good one, guys.